What's happening, peeps? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Addy Man, episode 15 is up now. Go and give it a watch if you haven't already done so. We spoke about Canelo versus Skull. I know we had to. The Times Square disaster. Inoue versus Cardenas, which pretty much saved the weekend boxing. And we looked ahead as well to Kakache versus Lee Wood, which is going to be like a bloody Rocky movie. I'm convinced of it. On that, I was in Nottingham today for the weigh-ins, which were loud. I think it's fair to say. I think it's going to be an incredible atmosphere tomorrow. I've been lucky enough to have done, I think, 4 Lee Wood fights at the Motor Point, and all 4 of them have just been madness. Like I always say this, I don't know if you guys who are new to the channel know this, but my top 3 atmospheres are top 3. So Josh Warrington versus Mauricio Lara Headingley probably will never be beaten. Trust me, never be beaten. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor MSG. That was crazy because you had the Puerto Ricans on one side and the Irish on the other side. And similar to that is Lee Wood, Michael Conlon, the Irish on one side and the Nottingham Forest football fans on the other side. And I have a feeling that we are going to get something similar tomorrow, because at the weigh-in, Kakache had quite a lot of fans there. And I'm hearing he sold a lot of tickets. So I can't wait for this. Honestly, can't wait for it. I think it's going to be incredible. Both of them look tight on the scales. I think both were 129.8 pounds. So 130 is hard for both of them. Even for Lee, who's coming up, just because he's 36 and he hasn't had a fight for 19 months. So it's going to be tight for him, but I think it's going to be a great fight. Let me quickly get the fight card up, because I did think that this is a really good fight card. Apart from the 100 undercard fights that you always have on a Frank Warren card, the main event or the main card is pretty good. I think one of the best ones this year, in fact. Obviously, like not counting the Riyadh season cards. So Ezra Taylor takes on Troy Jones, Battle of the Unbeatens. Ezra looked really good on the scales, trained by Malik Scott, so he's been out in America getting that sparring. Looked in fantastic shape, Ezra. So did Troy. Again, that should be very good. Liam Davis versus Kurt Walker is going to be interesting. Liam Davis, who's now fighting at featherweight. Remember, he was this steam train at Super Bantam until he ran into Shabazz Massoud. Kurt Walker, you guys might remember him. He fought on the undercard of Paddy Donovan versus Lewis Crocker. He fought Leon Woodstock, and he's a good boxer. He just doesn't have no pop. I think of his 12 wins, he's only got 1 knockout. That might be an issue for him going forward. Owen Cooper versus Chris Congo is an intriguing fight. Owen Cooper had that fight against Eko Usman where he rocked Eko Usman badly. Do you remember that big right hand that rocked Eko Usman? Looked like the fight was over. Eko somehow recovered. And in the end, I think Eko might have stopped him. Wait, did Eko stop him? Yeah, Eko stopped him late. Crazy fight. So yeah, we know what he's about. Chris Congo, a very good fighter as well. We haven't really seen Chris in with anyone since that Florian Marcoux win. He's been in like just gimme fights. He was in Saudi Arabia where he had one of those midweek fights and he fought 154 pounds. He's back to 147. 147 is a crazy division. All of a sudden, there are so many names, but there isn't one standout guy who you can definitively say you're number one. So you've got Conor Walker, you got Paddy Donovan, you got Lewis Rich. You maybe say Paddy is. You got Paddy Donovan, you got Lewis Crocker. Sorry, you've got Conor Walker, you've got Eko Usman, you've got Josh Taylor now. I guess you can say you've got Conor Ben, but we haven't seen him for a couple of years at the weight. And then you got these two, Chris Congo, Owen Cooper. So there's a lot of guys. So the winner of this will go on to have a big fight. What else is on the card? Sam Noakes is on the card. He takes on Patrick Balaz. This is almost just a stay busy fight for Sam Noakes. Look, Sam is one of the best lightweights. Could be one of the best lightweights in the world, you know. Like, could be. I mean, this guy's everything. British, Commonwealth, European champion. So he's definitely a guy that's world level. And now they're trying to just get him one of those fights. But I like the fact he's not waiting. He's like, just let me have a fight. Let me have a fight camp. Let me make weight. And let me fight someone, a live body. And Patrick Balaz looked really good on the scale. So, look, Sam Noakes should get rid of him, but at least he's staying busy. So, yeah, it should be a good night of boxing. I am back presenting it, so it's good to be back presenting. And I look forward to it because I think this one will be, as I said, a cracking atmosphere. All right, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about, you guys can see the thumbnail. It's pretty much been confirmed. Nothing has officially been announced, but it's pretty much been confirmed by so many different parties that Manny Pacquiao is now back. The great Manny Pacquiao, 8-weight world champion, 5 of those lineal. So he beat the man in the division that was the man and became the man, is back. And that bothers me greatly. It bothers me greatly. As I said, Manny Pacquiao, an all-time great. Like, you could make an argument. You know, you get those kind of old sort of boxing heads who just have their top 10 and no one can get in the top 10. You can make an argument that Manny Pacquiao is a top 10 fighter of all time. I mean, again, 8-weight world champion is just crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. But if we're also honest, we've not seen Manny Pacquiao at anywhere near his best level for nearly a decade. And Manny Pacquiao is coming back July 19th to take on the WBC welterweight champion, Mario Barrios. Manny Pacquiao hasn't fought for 4 years, hasn't won a fight for 6 years. And for some reason, I know the reason, you guys know the reason, the WBC are allowing Manny Pacquiao to fight for a world title. Like, you know, when Dana White, and I think Turkey kind of agreed with him when they said boxing is broken. I don't agree that boxing is broken, although, I mean, that Times Square disaster, you could maybe argue, and then the card in Saudi, you could say kind of boxing is broken. This is a finger pointing to how bad boxing is broken. That Manny Pacquiao, who's clearly short of money, which again is a conversation we're going to get to, is deciding to come back. Like, you know what it is with boxers, right? I'm around them now pretty much every day. And the path of a boxer coming back and wanting one more payday and one more chance of glory, it's a well-trodden path. So I'm not surprised Manny Pacquiao's coming back. We've seen fighters come back, right? All the time. Fighters always want to fight. Manny Pacquiao wanting to come back is not the issue. The issue is the WBC saying, okay, come back and you can fight for our world title. Even though you haven't been at your best for a decade and you haven't won a fight in 6 years and you haven't fought in 4, you can come back and... What? The WBC is considered, wrongly or rightly, whether or not you agree, it's considered the most prestigious belt in boxing. It is. I mean, the Ring Magazine belt could give it a run for its money, but in terms of proper sanction and body belts, the WBC is considered the most prestigious, but yet it continually does weird things like this. Things that just make no sense. The only sense they make is that everyone's going to eat a bit of money off Manny Pacquiao coming back, and they're like, well, we want some of that. We would like some of that because we would like some of those sanctioning fees, and a Manny Pacquiao fight will do good numbers still. I still think people invested for some weird reason in seeing Manny Pacquiao. I just find it quite sad that a fighter who must have earned, I don't know how much Manny Pacquiao would have earned in his career. I'm gonna give a conservative figure here of 300 to 400 million, maybe more, right? Maybe more, is now coming back at 46 because I'm guessing that pot has run dry. And look, it's probably, unlike most boxers, when the pot runs dry, it's because of bad investments and they fucked up somewhere down the line, whatever. I guess the pot runs dry because he spent so much trying to become president of the Philippines. That campaign must have cost him millions. But it's really sad for me because I used to stay up to like 5 a.m, like a lot of people over here, and just watch Manny Pacquiao in awe. Like, this guy is just incredible. Like, he's had so many careers within careers. Like, his run is fucking the who's who on his list. Insane. Honestly, insane. So it's so sad to me that at 46, when he's clearly not even 10% of peak Pacquiao, is coming back to fight Mario Barrios, who is young, youthful. I mean, look, Pacquiao could chin him, by the way. But it's just sad to see. Honestly, it's sad to see. Like, he's teased a comeback over the last 4 years, right? There's been times when you kind of heard about Pacquiao versus Amir Khan and Pacquiao versus Errol Spence, and maybe Pacquiao and Floyd might get it on again. But it didn't happen. You're like, oh, thank God it's not happening. Like, leave one of our greats just to be there and be great. The fact is now, the WBC need to be fucking embarrassed with themselves. They need to be embarrassed. Like, how the WBC doing this? If Pacquiao wants to have one of those exhibition-y type fights like Mayweather's been having on recent years, okay, fine. But a legit fight? Like, what we doing? A legit fight when he's not won in 6 years? Like, I don't know, man. And what annoys me is that there's so many people that are going to eat off this. Like, again, that's the only reason the WBC are doing this, right? Because they're going to eat off this. They wouldn't do this to anyone else. Like, no one else is getting the red carpet rolled out for them like this. But, it's a shame. It's always a shame when former boxers come back and just think they can do something. You're 46, you cannot. You cannot. But, yeah, it is what it is. Again, I don't blame the boxers. I'm around them. So, like, boxers need to be saved from themselves. It's similar to Chisora. Well, I don't want Chisora to fight again. I don't blame Chisora. I don't blame him. Chisora's got the bug. It's what he's been doing since he was a teenager. I don't blame him. I blame people around them allowing it to happen. Like, but the WBC, how's he even going to, like, he really and truly shouldn't get a boxing license, right? Let's be frank. He shouldn't pass his medicals. He shouldn't get a boxing license, but he will. All of those things will happen. All the above will happen. And then the WBC, I don't think I've seen a Mauricio Suleiman interview. Might have done. I need someone to question Mauricio Suleiman as to why the fuck this is happening. But really question him. Like, to the point where, you know, like, old school Rob Tebbett question him. Like, to the point of, like, looking at him like, are you crazy? Like, and you know, aside from all of that, by the way, like, if you are a welterweight right now and you've been fighting for the WBC, so you put yourself in a position where you're, let me see the WBC rankings, 1 second. So you put yourself in a position where, you know, you're the next man up. You're like, what's going on here? What's the point in this? Like, what's the point in me doing all this? And I want my shot at Barrios. Like, why am I not getting my shot at Barrios? All right, so the rankings, Devin Haney's number 1. Okay. Sissoko, I thought Sissoko was a 154-pound fighter. Conor Benn, Cavi Velasquez, Sasaki, Curiel. Then it goes all the way down to people like Alexis Rocha, Abel Ramos. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. All right, let's quickly see if there is any other news. I did see the face-off today for George Kambosos versus Richardson Hitchens. How does Kambosos get a chance? I don't know. What we got? Oh, we got Holmes versus Lubin tomorrow night. So early hours of Sunday morning. That's a great fight. That's a really good fight. This is a big step up for Holmes. Lubin, you can catch Lubin. Lubin gets hit a bit. There was a time when I thought Lubin could be the best 154 pounder. He's there. He's a top 10 guy. I just don't know where he is, but he's a good fighter. 154 pounds is incredible. This is why I was speaking to someone about Conor Benn. Like, what does he do? Like, if Conor Benn can't make 147, I said the 154 division is sharks. It's sharks because you got two guys there in Lubin and Holmes who might not be top 8 guys, top 7 guys. I think I can think of 6 better 154 pounders. Do you know what I mean? So forget the champions for a second. You got the guys that aren't champions that are killers. So forget the champions. Forget Fundora. Forget those guys, right? Forget those type of guys. You got the guys that aren't champions. I always say this. You got your Boychuks. You got your Madrimovs. And now you got Erickson Lubin. You got Holmes. Do you know what I mean? This is what's out there. It's fucking frightening. Xander Zayas. So many 154 pounders out there. So please, Conor, make 147, please. I found one very quickly. Top Rank will have 3 new broadcasters within the next few weeks. What does that mean? Does that mean their product's now going to go over 3 broadcasters, or they've got the pick of 3 broadcasters? What does that mean? Let me quickly read this. 2 secs. Okay, so obviously it's no longer be on ESPN. Okay, so it's saying it's not committed to the zone. So what does this mean? Maybe it goes to Amazon, like Prime. Sorry, like Amazon Prime, like PBC, maybe. All right, anyway, guys, girls, that's it. Quick one about Manny Pacquiao. Again, very disappointed, but it is what it is.